Thanks for joining me today. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and a safe New Year. This afternoon, I'm down a local lagoon. I come here often, but on the other side of the road, which is Black Duck Lagoon. This is another part of Muir's Park. It just takes up this whole area. Used to be a creek. They dammed this to provide refuge for our local wildlife. We have Australian white ibises, we have black cormorants, we have ducks. The white ibises and the cormorants are nesting here. Over Christmas, my family travelled to Thailand, and we also travelled to China. And because I was travelling to China, I'd done a few reviews on a tripod and a monopod for Fotopro, and I saw that they weren't that far from Macau. So I sent an email to Fotopro and I asked them, I said, well, I'm going to Macau. Is there any chance that I could visit your factory? They said, sure, you can come and visit our factory. We set a date, and it just snowballed from there. The big thing that happened that day is that after lunch, NC, who is part of the advertising team for Fotopro, brought out this huge box. So we're going to do an unboxing video now, Charles. And we're like, wow, okay. We unboxed a brand new tripod for Fotopro. Today, I'm going to review this tripod because I've used it a couple of times. This is why we're here beside the lagoon. The Fotopro E7 Camo-Eagle series gimbal head tripod. Now this is all part of the E7 Eagle series gimbal head tripods. This is just their new version. It's their first camouflage tripod, and it is great to use. So this is the tripod here. It is so high quality. Can't expect any more from Fotopro. I've visited their factory, I've seen their quality assurance, the way they just check everything down. The beauty with these legs is they've got rubber feet. The feet actually aren't square, they're on an angle. Because when you take out the rubber foot, it has a steel spike, but it looks like a claw. So when you put it down like that, the spike points downwards. If you're on rocks, if you're on concrete, any hard surface, this steel spike here is not going to move. A great invention, because normally the steel spike just points straight up and you don't get much grip from it. Here it just grips down. Now let's open it up. It's pretty long. I'll put the height here, fully extended, and I'll put the height when it's all collapsed. Here are some things that I've found that are so great with this. It has a backpack hook. But instead of a hook just underneath the tripod here, it folds away. And as soon as you put the backpack on, it's spring-loaded, so it'll stay in the middle. Take the backpack off, it just swings out of the way. The gimbal head has a self-leveling wall, so you just undo the wing nut on the side here and you can level it. The easy way to level is there's a spirit level on the gimbal head. Word of advice, before you put your camera on there, level the gimbal head out. And they've made it easy for us because there's a hole inside the gimbal head here where you can see the spirit levels. It's very compact. We have two knobs on here. We have the top knob for the gimbal and then the bottom knob here. The bottom knob allows you to tilt the gimbal head. You can see just on this side here, there's a little silver button. If we press that, then we can tilt the gimbal head any way we want. It'll go 90 degrees vertical, 45, and then 90 degrees again. If we loosen up, I let it go past here, you'll see it locks down here. Press the button again, let it go, it locks in at 45, press it in again, and it locks back vertical. I leave this locked in all the time because this is just the way I like shooting. The top one here, it gives you a lot of movement. Because it's such a compact gimbal head, you don't have a lot of movement. You can see there's only about 8-10 millimeters of movement. If you take one of these little Allen screws out, it will give you probably another 5 millimeters of movement if you want it. I'm pretty happy with that, so I just push it all the way up to the top here, lock it down. Everything is built for your safety. If I unscrew this, you can see there's no way I can pull out this, but there is a little silver button. If I press that silver button down, it allows me to screw it out further. Now I could pull this out. I'll put it back in here. The same goes for where you put your camera. It also has this little silver button where you just press it out. We'll put the camera on here because when you just go to unscrew it, even when it's fully unscrewed without pushing the button in, there's no way your camera can fall out. Now before I put it on here, the Arca Swiss plate that comes with it is about 10 centimeters long. It also has 2 Allen screws. That way, there's no way that your camera gear can actually slide off this. I don't recommend taking these off. It's a bit of a pain putting it on there, but I'd rather have the inconvenience than my camera slipping off. Now it's locked in. Now if I unscrew it all the way out, look, it can't go any further. That's a great idea from Fotopro. The only drawback to it being so compact is, especially if you have a zoom lens like the 200 to 500, because the weight varies between 200 to 500. So at 200, it's nicely compact. At 500, the weight is thrown to the front. So it's very hard to actually stabilize the gimbal head. So all I do is, see, it swings down here now. So I just back it up there. So that when I'm in the middle here, that's it. It just stays there. When I point down, yes, it's going to go all the way down. You can see the amount of travel that I've got. When I point up, it's going to point up. But the weight is still fairly well balanced that even when I'm shooting downwards here, which I normally don't like doing, but even when I'm shooting downwards, it's not like there's 10 kilos hanging off me. Very smooth. I've taken video with this setup. I do have a fluid head from Fotopro that I use when I'm shooting video. This is next best thing. Although a gimbal head is not the ideal for shooting video, it is still very stable, and all I do is just tighten the screws here just before I get friction. I should say that I am surprised at the quality, but I'm not, especially after I've been to their factory. If you haven't followed my channel, the first piece of gear that I reviewed for Fotopro was the X-Airfly Mono. Great monopod. Then they sent me the Origin Plus travel tripod. When it comes to wildlife photography for me, a lot of time I just use the monopod. But when I'm out and I want to shoot video, sometimes I go out and I go like, okay, today I'm going to concentrate on video. I will now be using this tripod. With this gimbal head, a lot of time all I'm doing is just tracking a bird. And most of the birds that are in the water don't move much. So I've tried it with this already. I'm very happy and satisfied with it. The camo feel is good. It's very weather resistant. What do I think could be improved? If I want to be nitpicky, there's only a couple of things that I would have liked improved. One of the issues is where they've placed the spirit level. Because if you've forgotten to level out the gimbal head and put your camera on, then it's going to be very hard to see if your gimbal is level. On my camera, because I've got the artificial horizon here, I can get it fairly straight without looking at that. But still, they could have put it on the side here and it would have been an added bonus. I don't use it, but on the gimbal, you can actually use the arm that comes with it so that when you're moving around, you can hold the arm without holding your camera. Overall, I'm very happy with this setup here. I'll put a link in the description here where you can find it. If you like this tripod review, give it a big thumbs up. Stay safe, enjoy your wildlife photography, and I'll see you next time.